Right there is the church that claims to hold the original Ark of the Covenant. This is the building where the Ethiopian Ark of the Covenant is kept. We wanted to enter the complex, but we were told that no one gets to go beyond the blue gates. However, we were friendly, and then they allowed us to go in.
So why didn't he go inside and show us the Ark of the Covenant? Why won't they let him go inside, show us the Ark of the Covenant? Why won't they demonstrate that this is the Ark of the Covenant? You want people to just believe in your religion, and you claim to have artifacts and facts, but yet when you claim to have them, you will not allow for people to research them, study them, validate them. That sounds a little con artistry to me. So what is the whole big deal with the Ark of the Covenant being in Ethiopia? I mean, the Christian world claims that the Ark of the Covenant is lost to time. So does the Hebrew world. The conspiracy theorist says that the Knights Templars had it and the Muslims had it. And those who are caught up in Hollywood think that it's in a big warehouse in the United States, according to Raiders of the Lost Ark. But what is all the hoopla behind this Ark of the Covenant that supposedly has some kind of power to heal and to kill, some kind of power to knock down walls and to be used as a weapon, and that only the people who are of the Levites are supposed to be able to handle it? Otherwise, you would die. Well, the Ethiopians really didn't start this big deal about the Ark of the Covenant until around the 1400s CE. That's right, about 600 years ago. You see, prior to that, in 330 CE, the Ethiopian Empire, or the Aksum Empire, was converted to Christianity. A little shipwrecked bishop named Frumentius from the Coptic Church, the Christian Coptic Church in Alexandria, Egypt, came back down and converted as King Azana to Christianity. And King Azana desired this because he recognized that Rome was moving closer towards Christianity as a favored religion. And he wanted better trade relations and better diplomatic relations with Rome. And so he converted, through force, all of Ethiopia to Christianity. Now, were there any Beta Israels in Ethiopia at that time? No. All evidence shows and demonstrates that the people of the Aksum Empire were polytheistic. They worshiped the same gods of the Sabians and the DMT, or the Demit. That these people were never Jews, were never worshipers of Yahweh. So where did that come from? Well, in and around the 1400s CE, the story of Menelik I began to become popularized within the lands of Ethiopia. You see, they started looking at the fact that, hey, there was this story about this woman named Sheba, queen, came out of somewhere around where we're living, either in Yemen or in Ethiopia or Somalia, somewhere around in there, that she came up and she met with Solomon. We see this story in the Bible that we read, and this woman had to have come from our area. So if she came from our area, then there must be a story behind it. So I tell you what, somebody around the 1400s said, well, I'll make up a story and let me tell you what really happened. So what they did was claim, not prove, not demonstrate, but they claim that this woman, Sheba, that was actually Queen Candace, who traveled to seek an audience with Solomon. And while she was seeking that audience with Solomon, they fell in love, and hence Solomon wrote the Songs of Solomon just for her. And their love was so strong that although she gave him gifts and he gave her wisdom, he also gave her something else. He put a baby in that pom-pom. That's what he did. And that baby would grow up to become Menelik the first. And when Menelik had come of age, it was time for him to go and be with his father. Sheba sent him, or Candace, sent him up to his father. His father loved on him, taught him, offered him the Ark of the Covenant. Menelik said no. But Menelik's friends, depending upon which version you read, Menelik's friends either simply smuggled out the Ark of the Covenant, or they put it on a carpet and the carpet started flying and they were singing Arabian Nights all the way down to the Aksum Empire, to Ethiopia. So, as the story goes, Menelik grew up, became the king, but after a few generations, they lost power. But here around the 1400s, they started regaining their story. And then by the time we get to Haile Selassie, the Solomonic dynasty is restored because he supposedly is from the line of Menelik I, which makes him part of the house of David. And this caused Ethiopia to change. Nope. It began the Rastafari's down in the Caribbean because they believed that Haile Selassie was the return, was Jesus, was the Messiah. Many twists and turns come out of this story. Many twists and turns are still being done because people who want to maintain a grasp of this religion, hold on to this religion, especially those of color, try to look at Ethiopia, try to look at the Ethiopian Bible, say that they've never been conquered. So therefore Christianity came to them naturally. That there were Jews that was in Ethiopia long before there was ever Christians. Although there's no evidence whatsoever that demonstrates that there were any Ethiopian Jews. They like it because it speaks to the part of the Bible that says that I think Peter was sent out to meet with the Ethiopian eunuch, and that Ethiopian eunuch went down and converted Ethiopia. One of the problems is that at the time frame, that area was not called Ethiopia. At the time frame, that the word Ethiopia just meant someone of burnt face. So you don't know exactly what region this eunuch was supposedly going back to. And if no king or queen converted, then what was the use of the story? Because we don't get Christianity in Ethiopia from the royal line until 330. This supposedly is happening around 30, 34, 35 CE. We're talking 300 years later. So for 300 years, there's no evidence of Christianity in Ethiopia whatsoever. And the canonization of the Ethiopian Bible occurred 29 years after the Eastern Orthodox Church canonized theirs and initiated themselves as a state under Christianity. So they're not even the first state that initiated itself under Christianity. And Christianity has spread all throughout the Roman Empire during that time frame. So yes, Christianity was in Europe, it was in North Africa, it was in the Middle East, it was in Anatolia, it was in Greece, it was all over the place in the Roman Empire by the time the Ethiopians converted over. But as far as Judaism, there's no evidence of Judaism down there. All those Beta Israels that's running around now from Ethiopia, it wasn't even called Ethiopia at the time frame of Solomon. Solomon and Sheba and Solomon. Wasn't even called that. It was either the Demit Empire or it was the Sabians, but it sure as hell wasn't Ethiopia. So just as many things in all things, most of the things in the Bible, these are stories that man has made up. And these are things that people continue to believe, even though critically thinking through it, you'll realize that it is all just fake news, as people like to say. It's fake news. But y'all keep on. Keep believing. You keep believing, and they'll keep deceiving. That's a new term. We're going to use that one. So y'all have a great day. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.